Welcome back. We are so excited because we have the one and only Charlie Sturgis joining us in studio today in real life. He's here with us, head of Mountain Trails Foundation for a few more days. We are going to recap his time with Mountain Trails and much, much more. Charlie, we're so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here. It's been, what, 14 months or something?
It has been. You came every Friday for more years than we all have been here.
I'm more reliable than most people think.
You absolutely are. And we've enjoyed having your trail updates, and nice to have your last one, not really a trail update, but here in person. So it feels like a return to normal, but at the same time a celebration of everything you've done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun working for the community, and certainly the Park City community is incredibly gracious, and certainly it's been fun to do. So I have nothing to complain about.
So when you reflect back at your time specifically with Mountain Trails, where was the foundation at when you started?
Wow, it's we've sort of had, I'm only the third executive director, and we've all sort of all the executive directors have played sort of this kind of unique, fortuitous part in getting us to where we are today. And the first one was an attorney, which we happened to hire, right, Troy, and he actually at that time we needed some legal push to get developers and whatnot to actually put in trails that we're supposed to. And the next person was kind of this great social media person, Carol Potter, who did a great job and got us more recognition and grant writing. She was really, really good at. And my thing has been really operational. And so where we are now as an organization, I mean, we own all our machinery. We're building. We have a significant number of trails we'll build this year, but we can see 3 years down the road and know that we have work all the way along. So that's really important to how we can really address all the needs of the community and keep kind of adding stuff that's cool and it's fun, and and we're expanding kind of regionally. So we'll be doing some work in Wasatch County. We'll do some work in probably in the Forest Service out in South Summit County. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. And so I hope I'm leaving it in. I'm sure I'm leaving it in really good shape, and I know I'm leaving it in good hands too. So,
you absolutely are. When you think back 11 years. The trails, how were they here in Park City? What was the state of that? Because the trails have really taken on such an important role within our community. It's very valued, as you have seen over the years, by the money donated, by how much people care for the trails. But I think it's fair to say it's grown quite a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely grown quite a bit. But if you really look at it over the 30 years, it's crazy how much it's grown. If you look at it over the last 10 or 11 years, the size of our projects and the significance of them have been significantly larger. So if you look at things like the 9K trail, or you look at some of the directional stuff we're doing, or Silver Queen and the Wow Trail, the stuff we're doing right now out in Sky Ridge and Park City Heights, all these things are just bigger projects overall, and we have more manpower and more machines to do them, and it really is, once again, goes back to the community is willing to support that in a big way, because that still is our largest source of funding is in individual donations.
And I've heard you say many, many times that any trailhead is close to your house. In fact, your house can be your trailhead.
Your garage is your trailhead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What a great accomplishment, though. What do you think is your biggest goal? I know you're a humble individual, so this might be hard for you to say, but when you look back, what are you most proud of?
I think I'm actually probably most proud of what is hard for an outsider to see, but we're in a really good place as an organization right now. We have good employees being paid well with benefits, which we didn't have at all. We're keeping year-round people. Like I said, we have our machinery paid for. These are things that, maybe seem kind of unimportant if you just want to go out and ride your bike, but it's how we get our work done. And we didn't own anything when I started to speak of. And so going back and looking at the fact that, we own 3 mini X's now and whatnot and on, it's allowing us to just do more work. And so that's being financially sustainable and owning our machinery, which has been part of that, is a big deal. And now we're in a warehouse that we're going to be looking at trying to buy, and that was probably the most important thing I could say. As of about 5 years ago, I was just sitting there going, you know, this day is coming for nonprofits in general, and for a lot of probably smaller businesses and whatnot, that where are you going to operate from in Park City and surrounding county, especially as we head towards the Olympics again. It's going to be super, super difficult, and nonprofits, I think, are going to be will have significant issues in this town if they don't start taking care of some of their knowing where they're going to be. And I know, like, Summit Lands has kind of got out there and found something they could actually purchase. We tried working together on it, and we couldn't really pull that off. We need more dirt space in office. So we were very lucky to find a warehouse out by Home Depot that is big, accommodates all our machinery. We have places to dump stuff outside. So if we can complete the purchase of that, which we're pretty sure we should be able to in the next couple of years, that would be a big deal.
And I believe that you can see the result of all this behind-the-scene effort that you mentioned in the trails and the high quality of the trail conditions, the many trails that are there, how you work with other entities and organizations throughout Summit County and beyond to create excellent maps and excellent systems and all the new trails that are coming. It's all evident, I think.
Yeah, and it the backstory is most of the time not very important to the trail user, and certainly when you're out there just having fun, it's not that important, but it is ultimately what makes it possible. And knowing that you have the same staff year after year because they're getting paid well enough to come back and actually be here. I mean, we just a year ago put everybody on a health plan, so 30 years into it almost. Right, next year will be our 30th anniversary, and so for the last 28 plus years, we really haven't had a health plan for anybody. So those types of things that just, that keeps people there, keeps good people at work, and being able to keep people year round now has been a huge, huge deal. We were able to start earlier this year because things dried out. We were able to do planning over the course of the winter because we had a lack of snow. We were able to go out there and do stuff that normally we wouldn't have had the staff for. So all those things just add up to being more stuff can get done, and you just have a higher quality of the work.
Definitely a great accomplishment among many that you've had. And you mentioned 30 years because before you were at Mountain Trails, you were with White Pine. You've been coming on the radio here at Park City Television for decades. Yeah. So I'm curious, when you reflect back on your time in Park City, how much has it changed, and what are you looking forward to as you take this next step?
Wow, that's how much has it changed? Well, I started up here in 1985, so there really, you literally, for many months of the year, you could have rolled bowling balls down Main Street, not hit anything. So certainly that's changed. We don't have much of an off season anymore, and I think it's great. There's lots of things that are great about where we are. Like, I like the idea that that we're a vibrant enough community, business-wise, that my daughter was able to come back from college, actually find a real job here, and be able to stick around. So that's pretty cool. And so I think Park City's changed, and we have huge challenges in front of us. Whether you talk about all the big projects, the parking issues, traffic, whatnot, but it's still a pretty damn cool place to be. So what I'm going to do in the future, I'm actually really hoping to stop rushing around at the same level and actually really take a little bit more time and enjoy something I don't do very well, which is to kind of mellow out. I might be kind of a casual guy, but I'm not very mellow. You can ask my wife. So really being able to kind of kick back a little bit and kind of go climbing and not be worrying about work and things like that. So it'll be different, and I don't think I'll disappear completely. But a lot of people, and probably yourself, don't realize that when they go, "Why are you retiring?" I go, "My next birthday I'm 70." So I think it's time to, I got 45 years in the outdoor industry. I think I'm okay.
I have no doubt we're going to see you out on the trails, and I want to let you know how much we appreciate all of the trail updates, our Friday reviews on exactly what the trails are doing, how it's looking, the tips, what to do, what not to do. We've so much valued that and appreciated it over the years. You will be greatly missed. I know you're leaving it in great hands. Definitely a shout out to everything you've done, to how much you've supported us here at Park City Television.
Well, I appreciate it, and I certainly appreciate what PCTV has done for getting the information out to the community. It's super important, the information that gets out there, and keeping people up to date and tuned in what's going on in trails has just helped make the trails better as well. So makes them good users, kind of reduces conflicts and things like that. So it's great. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Charlie, for being here today in person. It's a big day for many reasons. We wish you all the luck in the world. Glad that you'll be around on those trails. I don't think you're going to slow down that much.
Not trying to slow down, just trying to do it a little differently.
Do it a little differently.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you,
Yeah.
Charlie,
Thank
so much
you.
once again for being here. We will still have our Friday trail updates with Laura Smith. And if you want more information about the trails, how they're looking right now in real time, you can follow Mountain Trails Foundation on Facebook. You can also head to their website, mountaintrails.org, to get trail maps and much more. We'll be back with more right here on Mountain Connections after this.